Lessons Not Yet Learnt is a podcast that uncovers the costly mistakes that businesses keep making and how to finally move past them. Through storytelling, candid conversations, and expert perspectives, I'm on a mission to challenge outdated thinking, bring those overlooked lessons to the surface, and drive meaningful change, one story at a time. Hi, welcome back to this bonus episode of Lessons Not Yet Learnt. I'm your host, Kiran Kachela. In our last episode, we had James join us, and we talked about how client and supplier relationships can sometimes lead to a real focus on contracts and commercials, and sometimes that can divert our attention away from what's really important, which is our customers. I've seen this so many times myself. I once sat in a meeting with a healthcare provider and their supplier, and in that whole meeting, not once did the word patient come up because everybody was so fixated on the contract and the deliverables. And that is a really common mistake. Today's bonus episode is talking about customer centricity. And when I say customer centricity, that's not a fancy slogan to put on a mug or on a poster. It's a different way of working. It's a new target operating model. It's a different philosophy that businesses need to adopt. There are three key areas that organizations need to focus on to develop a customer-centric culture. The first one starts with leadership, building a customer-centric leadership team. What does that look like? Well, it's starting with building a really strong strategy that focuses on your customer, making sure that we have objectives that are measuring what's important to our customer. It also means focusing on developing those governance and decision-making processes that loop the customer in. When we're asking questions, we should be thinking about, what does this mean for our customer? Does it matter to our customer? We also need to make sure that leaders are spending time with the front line so that they can truly understand the customer experience. And when we get those results from that next customer survey, making sure that we actually are looking at that, reviewing that, analysing that, and then acting on it. It's not just a tick box exercise. The second area of focus is empowering your frontline teams. Now, your frontline teams are the heartbeat of the organisation. They are the temperature check. They have direct access, regular touch points with the customers, and so they are in the best place to be able to understand the customer's perception and experience of the service that they're receiving. And from that, if they're empowered, they're able to adapt very quickly. They're able to make those improvements that directly impact the customer. And the third and final area is making sure that you have the right measures, the right metrics that really matter. This is where the rubber meets the road. Making sure that we have those really critical metrics that give us insights and act as leading indicators so that we understand what our customer feels, how they are receiving the service, what their experience is, because that essentially will impact all of our other metrics. What we don't recognize is that there is a direct link with the customer metrics and your financial metrics. If your customer's happy, your financial performance will be much better. So using the customer metrics as those leading indicators is key. So I urge you all to go and take a look at your team, go and take a look at your operating model, and go and take a look at your measures and make sure that those are all pointing towards the customer, because that is the magic ingredient for sustained success. Thank you for joining today's bonus episode, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.